Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. This is for the week of April 18th, 2019. Getting right into the content, the current challenge is for Batman Ninja Batman. That's a 1 week repeat, and the required characters are Catwoman, Nightwing, and Batman. So that's bronze, and gold if you're looking at the cheapest way to get them, and they can all be obtained directly in the store.
Yeah, he's got really good high stats. He's also got one of those great names where his name is in it twice, like Arrow, Green Arrow.
From the show Arrow. It's interesting, Arrow, Green Arrow, because that indicates that there's I guess it makes sense that there's alternate universes for the shows, but also that they're part of the multiverse.
Yeah.
So that's, I don't know.
So Batman Ninja Batman is a great name. All right, so he's got good high stats. I don't think there's really a bad Batman. There's some that maybe the earlier ones aren't as good, but he's really good.
Yeah.
His passive is interesting. So it's Ninja Rising. When outnumbered, Batman receives 50% less damage and is immune to life drain. Batman Ninja teammates get plus 20% critical chance, and all teammates gain plus 50% power generation from critical hits.
Yeah, the bonus of power generation to all teammates is good, just because any power generation is good, especially with how important specials are, depending on how you're geared up. And Batman Ninja teammates getting extra crit chance makes Batman Ninja Catwoman with Batman Ninja Nightwing an even better team. And taking 50% less damage is interesting, but it's not nearly as good in most fights because we rarely get outnumbered. It's more of like a emergency thing. It's decent to have him as sort of a backup tank where if things go wrong, coincidentally he's also taking less damage, but it's not really something that you plan around. You don't plan on making use of that ability.
Right. You know what really makes him interesting is not actually his passive. So he's got the special 2, which has a built-in stun to start, meaning he can do massive amount of damage. It's the same idea as the Batgirl and the Luchador Bane one.
Yeah.
The stun starts at the beginning. There's still a bunch of back-loaded damage. So with Necron's Scythe or Cloak of Destiny, you can do a huge amount of damage, which is a lot of times, if you're fighting in multiplayer, it's not nearly as useful unless you do splash damage. But in Survivor, it's great because you're going to be outclassed in terms of the damage, right?
Yeah.
And the health that the opponent has.
For sure. This week's multiplayer reward is Black Diamond, which becomes the Heart of Darkness, and when it's fully upgraded, it's 30% damage boost on special 2. Any special attack applies 6% damage over time, which also drains 12% enemy power. 30% power generation increase, and its evolved ability is if opponents tag out, they receive damage equal to 20% of equipped characters' damage.
Right, and there's a reason why we have this on our main, what we call our Justice League team, which is New 52 Wonder Woman. She's the one that's actually got this gear on her. But also, with our Injustice 2 Aquaman and New 52 Superman, because even though she's got Tantu Totem Master's Death card, having the Heart of Darkness is a great counter facing a team that has power dampening. So it gives us as close as possible to that second bar of power, even when, Killer Frost or Blackest Night Solomon Grundy is on the other team.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Blackest Night, Earth 2. I'm thinking Dark, right? But he's always a zombie, so it's Earth 2 Solomon Grundy.
Solomon Grundy is pretty consistent aesthetically and thematically.
Yeah, he's pretty gross.
I mean, that's one way to put it.
Yeah. Well, he is dead.
That's true. Yeah, I don't think we have a large contingent of dead audience members who will be offended by having their ilk called gross.
By lumped in with them, yeah.
Yeah. In the store, we have the classic Scorpion Cash Pack for $26.99 Canadian or $20 US. As we've been,
you're just making that
told.
up. I know you're probably right, but you're just making that up.
Well, as we've been told previously, right? The conversion is 20 US approximately.
Yeah, but that was for a $25.99 pack.
Oh,
I mean, we know,
That's true. I don't actually know. That's unfortunate. We need to be fact checked on that one actually, and it's not worth it, no matter how much it costs. Just a reminder that it's one copy and you won't unlock in your store, so it's maybe a clue for next week's challenge. But as a pack itself, it's not particularly valuable.
Right, and so in the continuing slide down the pay to win and trying to milk us for money. The Metropolis pack, which used to be available for power credits, is now $27, $26.99 Canadian, which gives you Superman, Doomsday, and Crypto Lex Luthor. Nothing else in the pack. Definitely not worth it.
Yeah.
Doomsday's probably the best. I mean, they're all store available. You can buy them directly with credits. So I don't see a lot of value in any situation where you want to spend the money on this when you can just grind for the credits.
Yeah, which is really unfortunate. I mean, I think the game initially had a lot of microtransactions, and they were just easily ignorable, but they become a little more sort of glaring as the game's life cycle goes on. I guess there's a relatively small player base, and money is more important than keeping them because there's already some burnout.
See, and here's the thing. I would totally pay to have options in who my challenge character is.
That's true.
I would pay, even if I've got the characters and I've maxed them out from the challenge pack, there's certain challenges that I think never showed up on Android.
Yeah.
And I'd be willing to pay to have the challenge to unlock it.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because I think you could probably convince a lot of people to spend a smaller amount of money to do that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I guess it is what it is. Another thing, Phantom Zone, still not active. It's definitely been more than a month now, so that's unfortunate. We also have double XP for the long Easter weekend, and Fight 62 is still broken.
Right. Survivor, we have now, the announcement is Suicide Squad companion gear until May the 1st.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're one of the people who were randomly getting Suicide Squad companion gears in addition to whatever was announced, you won't notice a difference this week.
It'll look the same to you, yeah.
So, yeah, and that's it for, I think, the current events.
Moving on to the current glitches, just remember that every working glitch is explained in a video as part of the playlist that you can reach by clicking the eye in the top right corner of this video. We're Android only, so we're only able to confirm these glitches for Android. iOS users help each other out in the comments, and just as we're getting into it, because a lot of people are probably looking for the glitches specifically, spoiler alert, nothing has changed this week. If you've been here recently and checked in, it's going to be the same.
Right. So maybe we'll start then with the significant not working glitches, because they can always go directly to the playlist, right? So there is currently no working glitch for credits, and we'll still refer back to our previous Q&A video, which is technically our P and Q and C and A and T video, season 6, episode 9.
See, I thought you were just saying Q&A to save time, but then you also had to clarify.
Well, because I guess that really is it, right? Because people know what a Q&A video is, but unless you've actually been watching and probably already saw it, you wouldn't know what a P and Q and C and A and T video is.
That's true.
Yeah. So I guess the point of saying that is that there's something that people have been exploiting using 2 devices, 1 account, to generate power credits. We don't advise it, and we don't...
Risky business.
Yeah, and we talk about that more in that particular episode.
We also have the glitch for getting repeated past multiplayer season rewards. That's not working. We also have...
Technically, we don't also have it.
Okay, the phrasing on that is a little awkward. It's a
little
little
bit
sort
ambiguous.
A little sort of don't have mastery over the language. But the glitch for past multiplayer season rewards is not working. The glitch for early multiplayer season rewards is not working. There's also currently no glitch to get through the Phantom Zone quickly, and that is clear, I would say.
Yes. So maybe we get to talk about the working glitches. Breakthrough glitch to play repeatedly. It's still working. In the description, we've cut and pasted a comment from a viewer that as a potential solution if you're having trouble playing the extra breakthroughs, but we can't tell you whether it works or not because we've never actually run into trouble using the glitch that we've got.
Yeah, the challenge reset method that requires Google Play Cloud Save is working. It's confirmed on the current Batman challenge. It can remove Phantom Zone progress when the Phantom Zone is present. So if the Phantom Zone event comes back, keep that in mind, though it hasn't been relevant information for a while now, a little bit longer than maybe we were expecting. So just make sure that you're willing to lose any Phantom Zone crystal progress that you have when you use the glitch.
The airplane mode / refund glitch still working. Good for anything with random drops, so that's some of the packs, and also for the last laugh tickets, but only if it's something that you can get without an online connection, which means when the Phantom Zone is back, we cannot use it to get to re-roll the reward trying to get a metal character.
Yeah, and it seems like iOS users can log out before the final boss fight and switch accounts if they don't like the reward to reroll their Fandom Zone portal reward, but we can't test or confirm that, and that hasn't been working in any form on Android.
Right. And so probably the most valuable thing to get would be the nth metal, and just pointing out that the difference between the selling price of an nth metal character is 40 nth metal between that and the 200 metal pack. So nth metal pack. So if you wanted to, you could use that as a long and tedious way to try to generate more nth metal. But
yeah, there's a bunch of reasons why that's not worth it. We've mentioned before, it just takes too long for us. It's not particularly time efficient, but also you don't get the valorium necessary to upgrade your guys all the way up, so you'd end up with some pretty wimpy characters with some pretty high stats. So you would be getting the harder multiplayer pairings, but you wouldn't actually get the benefit of having them all maxed out and at their full power.
Right.
Time shifting still works in Android for unlimited survivor play and energy recharges. As always, return your clock back to normal before you finish. Free energy without having to watch a video still works. We've been getting the button on grayed out intermittently, and when it is ungrayed out, we can get the energy without having to watch the video. And in the description, Dragons952 has a potential solution for all you iOS users if your free energy button's grayed out. Can't confirm its effectiveness, but we don't need to because we're not on iOS.
That's right.
That sounds a little callous, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. And I guess finally, after going through the not working glitches and now the working glitches, there is the one limbo glitch, the promotion glitch, the one where we used to be able to promote characters that were still otherwise locked from our store. Conditions have not been right since 2.14, so we have not been able to test it and confirm that it's actually not working. So technically it's sort of in between everything.
Yeah. One of the conditions is having the challenge of the first slot on the main page, but it hasn't been there for a long time, probably on purpose by the developer, so it seems like it's unlikely that we're ever going to be able to test it, but I'm more than happy to just keep it in at this point.
Yeah.
Just to finish up, talking about ourselves for a second, no more about Injustice. We have a Patreon. If you want to support what we do with more than just reviews, you can click on our avatar, the bottom right corner, at the end of the video, or go to patreon.com/bdccare. And evidently, this message has been getting through to people at just a very slow rate, or there's just been a very sort of low pickup rate, because we have a new Patreon to announce today, whose name we very well might mispronounce, but because that is normally my domain, I'm going to give you an opportunity. Hopefully you'll get it right, but if you get it wrong, at least it won't be on me this time.
Well, yeah, and please let us know. So a big thank you to Console Peasant and Eddie G, who are supporting us at top tier Last Word, iProfit, who's supporting us at the Your Message Here tier, and Sean Farrell, Daniel Simonson, and Aaron Mall, who are supporting us on the credited level. And of course, Chris Wolf and Laszlo Georgiadis at the gratitude level.
So there we go. Thank you all so much for your support, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Komoda.